Ted, what percentage of Americans have a side hustle?
Right now, it's 39%, which is up considerably from 6 years ago. Back in 2017, that figure was only 19%. So we have seen a noticeable increase. The most common use for this money is just to meet day-to-day expenses. So I think there's definitely a high inflation, rising cost of living read on this data.
Any data on specifically what side hustles people are undertaking?
It's very fragmented. When we've asked about this, we've really seen very few things crack double digits. There's a lot of variety in terms of what people are doing. The most common for women are crafts and childcare. For men, it tends to be landscaping and home repair. But like I said, there's a lot of variability out there.
When you look at this based on the income of a household, any trends as to whether or not higher or lower income households tend to participate in more side hustles?
There's actually not as much of a difference by income as I would have expected. Some of the more noticeable demographics were age and gender. I feel like those stood out more than income. On the age side, younger adults are most likely to have side hustles. 53% of Gen Zers and 50% of millennials versus only 40% of Gen Xers and only about a quarter of boomers. And then on the gender side, I thought that was interesting too, because unfortunately the gender pay gap extends to side hustles. The average male side hustler is bringing in about $1,000 a month versus only $600 for women. So I thought those were some of the more notable demographic differences.
What about the amount that people actually earn from their side hustles? How much do people make?
Overall, the average is about $800 a month, although I should point out that the median is just $200. So like a lot of things, the average is bumped up by some of the higher earners. When we think about the median being $200, I mean, most people are not making a whole lot of money from this, but it is a little bit extra, and it is often going to very practical things. That was a really key theme for me, is that so many people are using this money for day-to-day essentials, and so many think they're always going to need a side hustle. That was another thing. 44% of side hustlers think that they'll always need one. I think it goes to show that even in a strong job market, a single income stream is often not enough, and people are doing some extra things on the side.
Very good. Ted, appreciate you joining us today. Thank you so much for the time.
Of course, yeah, thanks for having me.
It's Ted Rossman from Bankrate.